I mean, it's LA, right? I don't know. Like, it's in your 20s in LA. It's kind of a different world of being in your 20s in LA, because then you don't get FOMO for the rest of your life when you get invited somewhere. You're like, no, I've been to 70 of those parties. I'll stay home with my 40-year-old. I mean, with my 4-year-old and my 40. They're very nice people.
I know that feeling. I have. It's called JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Fun creatives with Ryan and Louise. Enjoy the Tangent Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Tangent Podcast. Couple of things. Louise is currently still in Chicago, where it is nearly spring, and she's pretending it's Christmas as she shoots her Christmas movie. She sounds like she's having a ball, but she also, from the video you're about to see, where she does her own little intro, is quite exhausted, shooting 12 pages a day. But if anyone can do it, I think Louise can. And I'm really excited because Louise has a film that she and this week's guest, Kim Jackson, and I are hopefully doing halfway through this year. So Kim came in, it was the first time we met, and we just hit it off amazingly. She is a really cool person. She didn't go the traditional route. She met people in LA, and she started off as an assistant and then slowly worked her way into getting an actor and an agent and a manager, and booked some TV, Castle, NCIS Los Angeles, SWAT, to name a few, and then started getting feature films, including We Bury the Dead. And look up the trailer for Hindi Vindi. It looks absolutely beautiful. She also is in A Christmas Castle Proposal. That's the one I had to remember. A Christmas Castle Proposal, A Royal in Paradise 2. But she's also in A Royal in Paradise 1. And just a really fun person. She recently finished shooting a film about a young tennis player with addiction issues, and said she spent the whole time hanging out with these cool Aussie parents of the actress, and at the end went to get their number and realised that it was Beck and Leighton Hewitt, without knowing the whole time she was hanging out with them. I thought that was really funny. All that in this week's episode. One minor caveat is we had a little bit of sound trouble, so the first part of the interview sounds not as good as the second half, but it still sounds pretty good because, you know, the people on screen are just so nice to look at, mainly Louise and Kim. And that's all I got to say. Here's a quick word from Louise, and please enjoy this week's episode with the awesome, cool, funny Kim Jackson.
Today, this week on Ryan Louise Tangent Podcast, we're talking to Kim Jackson. Ryan's sick. I don't know what's wrong with him, sick in the head. But I'm finishing this movie, and look, I'm working. I'm doing the podcast, so what can I tell you? Kim Jackson's great. Ryan's
Kim Jackson.
Incredible actor, Australian actor who has been working, the working actor.
Yeah.
And
I'm so tired. Lots of working.
Are you working at the moment?
No, I just wrapped a film in Tijuana. But
wow,
I'm working, like we're always working doing subs and stuff, right? But yeah, I just got back like a week ago from
Tijuana
film called Wild Card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it about?
It's a really important story about addiction and paralleling that with the journey of professional athletes set in the world of tennis. So, and it was with a bunch of tennis players, like legit, like people who had been either pro or semi-pro at tennis were playing some of the leading characters, and man, were they in shape. Yep. Like they were all in their 30s and 40s, and I was like they looked like they were, like their bodies looked like they were 27. And I was like, I looked it up. Apparently racket sports adds 7 years to your life on average. Well, like longevity specialists have like studied it, and it's like a thing. So now I'm going to take up tennis, pickleball, or no other. There's like a new one where they play tennis combined with beach volleyball. It's like a new
tennis line, kind of the ultimate hit training in that you like whack a ball and then the ball's coming back and you go sprint over there.
Oh yeah. And you don't notice that you're doing like all this cardiac rich muscle stuff.
But you're fast if you focus on the ball.
Oh yeah. They looked so like I haven't seen people looking this fit, and I go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, and I like these guys were like, damn, they're all like shredded.
They're looking fine.
Oh yeah. So I'm in.
And then does someone get an injury and get on oxy?
But please. So no, that's
Is that the
oh
parallel with addiction?
no. In this story, it's anxiety, performance anxiety for a young girl going into the sport, and they told me I don't follow sports ball of any form. But they
Follows.
they told
Such.
they told me there was a girl in the real world that had like a similar journey where she was a teenage sort of superstar, and she got later hooked on something, and that kind of threw her off in a career. And the story kind of it's kind of like a vibe of that. But now, funny is this though, like there were these Aussies on set, and I was hanging out with them all day. And at the end of the day, I went to get this chick Beck's number, and I'm like, I was like, oh cool, what's your last name? She's like Hewitt, and I was like,
Fuck off.
I was like, hang on, that's like the only sports person I know. It's always new.
It was Beck Hewitt.
I was like, what?
And now she's got a daughter who looks like a supermodel.
The daughter was in the movie. It's like, sir, Zach was there, like being the manager, looking after her.
I saw like the big reveal of the rags going, and Beck and Leighton have a daughter who looks like this, and it was like, oh my god, she's stunning.
She's so nice. She's a phenomenal dancer, and they're just the nicest people. I was like, we have to be friends. That's why I was getting a number. I was like, we have to hang out. Oh, great. Like, and then I found out she's like sports ball royalty. So well, that's what Andrew told my husband told me. He's like, will you read Beck Cartwright? So anyway, yay, Beck, if you watch this, I love you. You're rad. We're hanging out.
Yeah. So rewind. You spent a lot of time in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And you were saying to me before that like you're back home at the moment. You're as familiar with like the Aussie scene, Aussie.
Not at all. I'm so bad, and I get it wrong constantly when I meet people, and I don't know who anyone is, and it's really embarrassing.
It's not, because I find like I've done over 200 hours of film and TV.
Oh wow,
Cool. Mostly.
How do you count your hours? That's so
Well, I just one day I was like, how much have I done? I went on.
so ADHD.
Yeah, I went on GB, and I was like, well, I did 30 episodes, that 40 episodes, that, blah, blah. Yeah, and I added them up, and I was like, oh, I've done over 200 hours.
What?
And yet, you know, my whole life is people coming up and going, do men score together? Blah, blah, blah. And then like 1 in 5 are like, oh, I love you in Bump, or I've got a show on at the moment that's doing well that people are recognizing. But like, I don't.
What's it called?
Dear Life. I understand.
Sorry, just doing a little plug.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think Australian actors find it offensive when people come up to them and go, "Well, I don't really know your stuff," or like, you know. But
Yeah.
and as you know, the worst part is when people come up and go, "My mate over there thinks you're in something. What is it?" I think you have to rattle off your list.
So I hate it when people find out you're an actor and they're like, well, what have you done? And you're like, I'm going to tell you my resume. Like, what have you done in your life, man? Like,
I mean, I say, oh, you should try and get on Home and Away,
you know,
which is fine. But like, that's their one reference point. So like, so rewind. What got you started in LA? What took you to LA? And talk us through like what you started with and what you went to, and you know how it all went.
I met a highly quirky billionaire at the Cannes Film Festival who convinced him to give me a job in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But back to my job at the Coogee Bay Hotel. Tried calling him and he wouldn't pick up the phone because it turned out he owned a bank and a production company, and eventually got through by saying, hi, it's Jackie Long, and I met Mr. blah, blah, blah at the Cannes Film Festival. I'd like to purchase his film. And they finally put me through, and he gets on the phone and he's like, Jackie, hi. And I was like, actually, it's Kim Jackson, the world actress. And you said I could have a job as a PA. And so they ended up amazing. Yeah, they ended up flying me out to Hollywood, and I was his personal assistant and then the production company's production assistant. So I got to learn a lot about like development, distribution, and kind of all the different facets of filmmaking through them. And it was incredible. The woman that ran the production company was one of the most phenomenal, and is one of the most phenomenal people I've ever encountered in my life. She's still my best friend now. I was at her house a week ago after I came back from Tijuana, and him not so much. That was a very quick. I'm not good at being someone's employee. I put stickers all over his phone, and like I was just dumb and 22, and I'm not good at having a boss. So luckily, I run my own company and don't have a boss. Yay.
Good for you.
Yes. But anyway, the incredible people, and it was really boots on the ground, straight into Hollywood. But anyone I asked advice from. They couldn't really tell me.
I mean, it's LA, right? I don't know. Like, it's in your 20s in LA. It's kind of a different world, but I think that's the beauty of being in your 20s in LA, because then you don't get FOMO for the rest of your life when you get invited somewhere. You're like, no, I've been to 70 of those parties. I'll stay home with my 40-year-old. I mean, with my 4-year-old and my 40-year-old. Funnily enough, I like both of them. They're very nice people.
I know that feeling. I have. It's called JOMO, the joy of missing out.
I love that. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, but I'm really interested in the hustle because I went over, did a series.
Congrats.
And
that's rad. What was that called?
Fairly Legal.
Fairly Legal.
All new USA.
Oh,
and I was in the second season, but I was like the kind of like sidekick to the lead to annoy the hell out of her. And
fun.
I was like, wow, I'm in. And all I realized about it was it just opened me up to bigger no's. So like,
oh yeah, and there's always like you peel off the onion. There's another level of no's, and you're like, whoa.
So you go to another audition, and it's like you're in the director session instead of the pre-read, and it's you, the guy from Game of Thrones, Jimmy Simpson, who's in 100 Things. Someone from House of Cards, because this was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's a bigger psych out. And then you walk in and they're like, who's this guy? They haven't seen Fairly Legal. Only like the Midwest did. And so it wasn't a show. The lead girl was saying like you need a show that people in LA watch to pop.
Yeah.
And for it to, and so it just became a bigger slog. But what happened was I was doing pilot seasons and stuff and doing like 10 auditions a week. So I'd come home, walk into an audition back when you went into the room and be so fit for auditions that I just started booking jobs.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're like, oh, it's kind of nice here.
Yeah, it's so nice here. Australia, Sydney especially.
Oh, the casting agents gave me 20 minutes.
And they rehearse with you. What the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Like imagine a casting director in LA rehearsing with you.
I know.
What?
So yeah, you went from being a PA.
Oh yeah, so
and
I
you
went
hustled.
well, actually, on what you were just saying, I want to touch on that for a second, because one piece of advice that I got from a friend, Shaked Berenson, who he's distributed and produced over 130 films, and he's a really good dude. But he once told me so few people want to make lateral moves. And so a lot of the time, like you get a job and then you want to get like kind of the next bigger job and the next bigger job. And he said, if people would just get to like a good place where there's some money and then do a few jobs like to the side of those jobs, then you build this kind of career foundation. And then over the years, as not only do you get exposure through those jobs to lead to that next level where it's like instead of doing 2 or 3 jobs at this level, now you've done like 10 jobs at this level. First of all, you're getting more exposure through people sort of seeing them, but also the people that you worked with on all of those jobs are going to also move up and then hire you again on or recommend you on the bigger jobs that you end up doing. And so I think one way around it is that,
really
that lateral move to avoid – and also to then keep pursuing the bigger jobs, but be willing, because what happens as an actor in LA, when you start doing films at a certain level, your representation wants to sell you as an actor who only works at that level or above. And so then they kind of cut, you stop, okay, we're not going to do indies anymore or whatever. And
you
so
lose opportunities.
You lose opportunities. It's not only opportunities to like build your career, but it's also opportunities to make amazing new friends, expand your network, work as an actor, like Michael Caine's always saying, just keep working,
Well, he would say, I'd get onto a film and I might have done 2 shit ones, but I'm on a good one with some good actors and they haven't worked for 2 years and I've just done 2 movies.
Yep.
And I'm warm
You're warm,
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
It's so true. And so that's what I've found, like for me, doing a bunch of lateral moves has kept me not only working, but also just looking busy so that then when people are there's this perception that I'm just always working. And because of that, I kind of am now after taking a few years off to do IVF, now that I'm back kind of rolling. Like I am now kind of always on something or something's coming up or I'm attached to something or now I'm attached to the film with you guys, assuming it all works out.
Yeah, this is actually the chemistry read.
I just got the part just now.
Yeah, you noticed the fly?
Yeah.
It was a test.
It was a test.
But,
good test.
But yeah.
I'm glad I passed. Thank you.
I'm loving the acting career as Tetris.
As Tetra, it really is. Oh my gosh.
To build up, you go sideways.
That's so true.
But yeah, that's great. So yeah, doing an indie with us.
Yeah.
Is that part of that Tetris?
Well, look, for me, okay, so that's actually a really good example, and I'll talk really frankly about it. First of all, the script is phenomenal. I love working with you as a director.
Me too.
The budget is, obviously smaller than what I literally, we wouldn't work on that budget typically. But working opposite Ryan, who's well known in the Australian industry, you're well respected in the Australian industry. So that then for someone like me, where I've been working overseas and people in Australia don't really necessarily know who the F I am, for me to kind of work opposite you is going to be a nice tie-in to the Aussie industry and give me that. And the character is phenomenal.
It's incredible.
And it's something that I haven't really done before in that way, especially now that we're adding like the elements we've recently been talking about just today. And it's something that I haven't really done before in that way, especially now that we're adding like the elements we've recently been today.
Character.
Yeah, she really is. And so then I get to expand myself as an artist and also be in this environment where I'm working with someone who's two very well respected Australian lives in their respective fields, and Stephen, who's a phenomenal writer. So for me, strategically, it's something that's going to, I'm not going to make $1 million on it, but it's going to make sense for me career wise as a strategy move, and also it's going to be stacks of fun. And you factor that in. There's so many other factors where you kind of go, well, yeah, maybe that film may or may not be, but oh, cool, it's shooting in Hawaii. Hell yeah.
Or this one, it might not be shooting in Hawaii. It might be shooting in Red Hill.
Might be shooting.
Yeah. House that's doubling for 3.
Yeah, but I get to work with these guys on an awesome character that's really going to stretch me as an actor. So regardless of whether it makes money or not, it's going to be seen by people in the industry here, and that will then potentially parlay into me getting more work. And so it goes into other things. And the biggest thing I think is don't do crap projects. And I've said no. I said no. There was a film, no offense. Actually, I'm not going to say who it was, but there was this kind of cheesy celebrity attached to it, and I got offered. Actually, he got offered the role I auditioned for, and they offered me another role opposite him. And he's so well, like everyone would know his name, and I was just like, he's a cheese master. Yeah, like I'm not going to be affiliated.
You're going to turn up, and it's going to be like they're going to be playing their shot. They're not going to be in the scene with you. They're not going to know what they're doing.
And it was fun. It was like a sci-fi. It was, last year that I said no to it. But like, I'm not in a position to go around saying no to things, but I'm saying no to things. Yeah. Like I will say no to something that isn't good. And also, I looked at the producer's previous work. The posters all looked cheesy. Yeah. I looked at the director's previous work. It didn't look like anything very good. And I was just like, okay, well then what, for the money? To work opposite a celebrity who I don't have a whole lot of respect for? Like, that's not worth it for me. I would rather, come and do something super low budget with a phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice thing to say. And I think that's true though, because
yes, I get to keep the job.
Also work wise, like I like the show I'm in at the moment, Dear Life, I keep getting people messaging me going, this is the best work you've ever done.
Aww.
And
you're like, wait. My other work.
It's not. No, but in a way, what I say is like, in that point of like always working strategically, I'm in my head, I go, I'm just doing what I've always done.
Yeah.
There's something about the material that you people are responding to, and the scenes that I've been offered that I get to do that are marvelous, and the screen time I get. So people look at it and they see you within that story that they're responding to, and they go, you're doing the best work you've ever done. Yeah. But I go, I'm doing what I've always done. You just like the show and my character. And so like this film, we won't name, but it
Why
also.
Why are we not naming it? Why can't we name it?
Well, Fuckboy Pete is that exactly that thing of like, you're going to get to have like marvelous screen time with marvelous writing and just keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
And then that goes out into the world and people see you in that capacity. And like that character is so wonderfully like complex and there's so many layers to her.
Absolutely.
That you get that opportunity to do that. And you come in and you bring your skills, but you also work with Louise, who will bring the best out in you. And then you're working with those words. And so, again, people will see it and go, wow, they're really good. And so it's that opportunity to do things that you're right, doesn't make you $1 million, but they're the ones you do to get a chance to display what you can do in a different way, in a different genre, and different concept that people get to look at. And I think you're right, it's a festival piece.
I will work very, very hard to be worth.
Yeah, let's get this up.
Yeah, man, make it good.
I will work very hard. I did, but I'm going to dig into
Loganness.
On the film?
Mermaid Beachness.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Excellent. Oh, this sounds awesome.
Do that.
Great.
All right.
By the way, I want to do a fact that they didn't tell me this was on camera. So this is me rolling straight out of bed with no makeup. I found some lip gloss in my bag and that's it. So I just want to say, not my fault. This face.
I roll out of bed.
Can you believe it?
Oh my God. I mean,
This extraordinary woman.
All those people who are on Instagram going, no makeup. This is what it really this is what
no makeup, all filter.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, could you please?
Yeah. Oh, this
I'd
photo.
really appreciate it.
This is a photo of me, and the fence next to me looks bent. I can't explain why.
Details on it, but it makes
standing next to me looks a little wonky, but I look great.
So can you guys filter me? That'd be really good.
Yeah, well, I like actors who bring their truth.
The truth, yes. Okay, good. Great.
Truth is, she wants a filter.
Truth is, you don't really need to filter me. That'd be weird. If there's teenage girls watching, don't
Keep
be
it
proud
real.
of what you really look like. Great.
Thank you so much for coming in. There's so much more we can talk about, but I think
I know there's so much more.
this is the start of an ongoing thing, but today is day one. And
No.
we have 5 today.
It's very exciting.
It is.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Lovely to meet you.
Can't wait to be on a movie set with
Me-
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so pumped.
And I'm glad that you've come in and put that pressure on, because you're really talking like it's happening. And stage, it's pre-production, but I want it to happen too.
You feel like this is pre-production, not vague development.
Yeah.
The script is there. But seriously, doing something so low budget,
Yeah.
who's going to say no?
Who's going to say no?
Who's going to say no to it?
Because we are the decision makers.
We just push forward, and that is the beauty of doing indie.
That's
The only
so
people
true.
that say no are crew that usually go, well, I'm $2,000 a day.
Yeah.
But other than that,
That's everyone else. It's just sound.
it's always sound.
Dudes, have you met Tifa Newman?
Yeah.
Yes, we have Tifa. She's incredible.
There's always the one guy with a truck that turns up with toys, and you're like, thanks for
Love
coming.
you. Yes.
We can only be so lucky.
It's always thanks for living in your mum's basement for 10 years so you could afford all these toys that we now get to abuse and use for free.
And you've lost a bit of it on my set, and I'm going to help you find.
Really sorry about that lens that apparently costs $70,000.
You stole it from the fall guy. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Australia.
Yeah.
See? Always whatever just a nation.
I just like when you drive
thieves.
past Miami High and it says, "Hi, Miami High." And it's like, that school was renowned for people being high.
That's fantastic. He's outing himself as well. Artists are not very sensible professionals in our
No impulsive behavior and no oversharing.
No. Calm
So
down.
what I'm going
Calm
to
the F
do,
down,
the
people.
the other thing that I'm going to do with this film is dig into the ADHD energy.
Big time.
display.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, 12 hours,
Yeah.
about 73 topics.
It's
so.
visceral.
But I think if he comes
wonderful.
back and she's not the way that she was and it comes out in time, religion and sobriety has probably helped bring it down a little bit.
Maybe fix this, because if I could just go to God and this would be calmed down.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Little help here.
I just don't want to
Make me normal.
I don't want to be annoyed when I'm driving and someone asks me a question and I get irritated because I can only do once. I want to be able to just be like, yeah, I'll look at your TikTok while I'm driving. No
Sure
thanks.
that's a good example.
Not right now.
I feel like you've chosen the worst example.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But anyway, we'll go into that later. We'll have an ADHD day. We've got to wrap it up.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for coming.
Love you guys. Thanks for
That was
inviting
great.
me in.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And that
Thanks,
is
Tim.
stop.
With Ryan and Louise, enjoy the Tangent Podcast.